come to offensive where we're also building a new dome stadium in Gary, Indiana, so we can host a Super Bowl.
Yep. And our team name shall be the Gary Buseys. We shall be the Gary Buseys.
The Gary building new stadiums. The Bears are moving to Gary, Indiana. The Chiefs are moving across the river.
Yep. They're all building domes because they're scared of the cold.
They're scared of the snow and the cold in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Dude, Lambeau will be the last stadium without a dome. It's going to be excellent. I feel like the Seahawks might hold out for a while, though, too.
They could. The 12th man thing. And
I feel like just because of the advantage they have, I think they'll hold out. But yeah, I think every team, I think the Giants Jets next stadium is going to be a dome for sure. It's going to be a dome. Maybe the Eagles at one
Everyone
point.
wants the Super Bowl money, but like you just said, the Green Bay doesn't really have Super Bowl infrastructure, so they probably don't even care about that.
Nope, they don't care. That's why they wanted the draft. That's why they wanted the draft so bad. And I'm cool with that, man. Like
the
Green
draft
Bay,
was awesome. Me and
Dave, we don't need to host a Super Bowl. We just need to win them. That's all Green Bay needs.
And we all were at the Packer Bear game recently, where it was like 8 degrees, whatever, for real feel, and it was awesome. Like
it's so awesome
experience.
Yeah, on our high school metal benches, hell yeah. Don't ever put in real seats. Don't ever put in a dome. Keep it old, keep it cold, keep it Lambeau.
I went to the Broncos game the next week where the Packers played, and it was 65 degrees, and I had my own seat. It was so comfortable I could have taken a nap, and I'm like, but this, am I going to remember this? And
it's not the same as being squished in at a 30-degree angle, trying to stay warm. It's awesome. It's an experience.
I had a margarita, like it was like I was on the beach. It was like that warm.
Yeah. Domes, no way. Okay, so let's get into our next thing since we're talking about domes because everyone wants to host a Super Bowl. So let's talk about our top Super Bowl contenders. So we've compiled a list of the 10 teams that we think have the best chance of winning the Super Bowl this year. And as you can see, the Eagles are not on there. Sorry about it. And the Chiefs aren't because they're eliminated. So hooray. Okay. So let's start with you, Hype. Who do you think? Who is your number one contender to make the Super Bowl this year?
So that's the thing. Like I've been a Bo Nix hater just a little bit, because everyone had such high expectations for him, and he kind of started the season slow, and his downfield passing was not great. But I was at the game and I saw him play, and I'm like, oh my God, he was literally like as good as you could expect a quarterback play against the Packers. He played perfect downfield throws. The ball was placed perfectly. I was like, oh, okay. So their offense is good now. Their wide receivers are good. Dave always reminded us of that during the season. Their wide receivers are good. Their offensive line is good. And that defense literally hits people, man. Like, offenses should be scared to go over the middle on them. Like, they are physical and good and have former defensive player of the year Pat Surtain back there. They've got they're on pace to like come close to breaking the record for sacks held by the 84 Bears. Like, dude, like how do you not see them in a possible Super Bowl over like a lot of these teams? Because when it gets cold outside and these teams are thinking and they're like nervous, that Broncos defense is not going to be nervous. They are going to hit you in the mouth. So I'm picking the Broncos as my number one team to make it the Super Bowl.
All right. Chief, who do you have as your number one contender this year? Number one Super Bowl maker?
They just lost on Thursday night, but there was a lot of stuff that had to break the right way for the Seahawks to be able to come back from that one. Matthew Stafford without Devontae Adams dominated. Puka Nacua went crazy. None of the other wide receivers or tight ends caught more than 3 passes. He still threw for 450 yards. Their defense is stellar. It was just, it was a return that went for a touchdown. Special teams matter. It's what Bears have always preached. And then, that 2-point conversion, the greatest 2-point conversion in history.
Dude, that was awesome.
It was a deflection that you just kind of randomly pick it up. It was very flukish, very happy for the Seahawks base. It's great to, beat a division rival, but I still think the Rams are the class of everyone.
Fair enough.
And they're good at live streaming.
They are great at live streaming and stealing cars. Well, on that note, Dave, I'm taking the team that beat them, the Seattle Seahawks, because now they're in the driver's seat to get home field advantage in the NFC. And if any team, much like the Broncos, can take advantage of that, it is the Seattle Seahawks in the 12th man. If they only have to win 2 games at home in the playoffs, even with Sam Darnold, yes, I know, even with Sam Darnold, I almost believe in that 12th man. I believe that Seattle team can pull it out. I think they're extremely well coached. They've got one of the best, if not the best receiver in the NFL this year in JSN. They've got a decent offensive line. They've got a good running game, and they've got an excellent defense that, got cooked a little bit by the Rams last week. They're not perfect, but they can make big plays, and they can make big plays in big moments. So I trust that Seattle defense, along with that 12th man, could carry them to the Super Bowl. So for me right now, if Seattle stays in that 1 seed, I'm definitely picking them to go.
It all depends on how many times Cooper Kupp fumbles. If he doesn't fumble, easy Super Bowl.
Yeah. If Sam Darnold doesn't turn into
how it's going to go.
Now we know Sam Darnold turns into a terrible player in the playoffs, but again, remember, folks, he was on the Vikings. Every player on the Vikings does that. It's a guarantee, pretty much.
True.
He's in Seattle now. I feel like maybe the
home field advantage could help him a lot too.
Yeah, Mojo's a little different. So okay. Now, let's talk about the most sleeper, unlikely pick that we think might make it to the Super Bowl. And I'll start with this one. So mine is Sunshine himself in the Jacksonville Jaguars. Duval, baby. They just keep winning. I can't explain it. I don't even think they're that great, to be honest. But, dude, they keep winning these football games. They're balanced on offense. The offensive line has been defense. They've got a really good pass rush with 2 very good defensive ends. They've got at least a decent secondary, and their defense could be just good enough to get through the AFC. I think a lot of things would need to break their way, but if they win this division, they get a home game. Maybe they go to New England, right? Because they're the higher seed that wins, and they don't have to go to Denver. I could definitely see the Jaguars winning a home game, going to play New England at New England and stealing a game from them. I could absolutely see the Jaguars doing that. And then if something crazy happens in the AFC Championship game, maybe they make it to the Super Bowl. So the Jaguars are my outside shot, dark horse to make the Super Bowl. So let's go to you, Chief. Who's your dark horse in this playoffs?
Oh, I also want to give a shout out there to Jacoby Myers getting that bag of money. He's only been on the team for a couple of weeks, but he has locked in that offense. He actually catches the ball unlike their other guys. And who would have thought when he left the Pats, you're like, oh, who cares? And then he's in the Raiders. Oh, who cares? The man's solid.
He's the best pickup within the whole league this season.
We were looking at it in the offseason, guys. Jacoby Myers had crazy good stats for being on a terrible Raiders team, right? Like if you looked at his yards per catch, if you looked at his actual drops per a target and all this stuff,
zero
solid. Yeah, he was so solid. We're like, wow, nobody knows this guy's good. He goes to a team that has a decent quarterback, and look what happened. He's actually a great wide receiver now. So, good job, Jacoby Myers. So go ahead, Dave.
But the team that's going to punch him in the face is going to be the Houston Texans. You alluded the Jags, their defense is good. But the Houston Texans and the Broncos, their defense is just insane. And the way that the Texans do it is just with their 2 edges. You know, when they have Anderson and Hunter coming at you. The D tackles are great too. Stingley and Lassiter at cornerback. It's everywhere. Speed, I think I have colorful words for him. I don't think he's a clean player. I've seen him do nasty stuff against Caleb Williams last year, so don't care for it. But he moves the needle for a team. You know, he gets the momentum. And then Petrie at safety. It's just so much on that defense. Defense wins championships. I like that. They got their quarterback. It's the Ohio State quarterback. Y'all hate Ohio State quarterbacks. Everyone does.
Do.
But I think Stroud can do just enough. They gave him the offensive weapons. You know, the rookies, Higgins and Noel, they haven't stepped up quite as much as you kind of hope. But again, they're rookies. Stroud's doing good enough with a bad offensive line, but I don't know. I think that defense, Dalton Schultz, he's a chain mover. He kind of reminds me of Zach Ertz. He's good for about 5 yards as long as he doesn't have to run afterwards. And
he's solid. And Marks has been a pretty good rookie for them too, though, right, Dave? Like,
Woody's been awesome.
Yeah, Woody Marks has been pretty good. So, no, I like it, dude. I mean, when your defense is that good, like, it's just hard to go against defense in the playoffs, right? Like, defense wins playoff games way more than offense does. So, I like it. All right, so we both picked from the AFC South. How about that? All right, back to you, Hype. Who is your dark horse that could still make?
I don't know if you guys have heard of this team, but they're from a small. They're from a small town.
Small town called Gary.
Yeah, no. Well, this town might be even smaller than Gary. I don't know, but it's Green Bay Mother Loving Packers, as Tom Grossi likes to call them. everyone's writing them off after all these injuries. Like Zach Tom, Micah's hurt, Evan Williams hurt, Christian Watson hurt, but he might actually play. Josh Jacobs now is really banged up and might not play. Like all their best players are hurt. So like, and a lot of them are missing for the rest of the season. Devontae Wyatt's hurt for the season. So like the Bears actually had like maybe the most amount of injuries this year, which is totally, we recognize that. But the injuries to your best players who you really, really need, all of them are hurt. So like everyone's like the season's over. There's no chance of a Super Bowl, but they still have guys left that are dynamic and pretty decent on defense. Their linebacker core. Christian Watson might come back. And if Jordan Love can harness that offense and get those wide receivers like Golden to get going, they might be in Musgrave. He's stepping up too. As we said, Musgrave, the only person going to stop him is himself. That offense could still be dynamic and like a top 5 offense. And maybe the line can hold up. The defense has to figure out a way to still be an effective defense, whether it's turnovers or something. They got to do something to make up for Micah. Say it again.
The defense just has to not lose the game.
Right.
Yeah.
Hold the other team to 24 or less.
Well, they've been very like sound defense, like playing well, tackling well, but that's unraveled a little bit recently. We've seen in games. And that's part of the reason you think like, oh man, this isn't looking good. This is turning in the wrong direction. But if they can get that magic back where maybe they give up some plays here and there, but they play better than they actually are, like in their zones and play like very sound defense, then they have a shot.
I think, Doug, there's some part of, because I was talking when we were talking earlier about the mentality of this Bears-Packers game where if the Bears come out and just start smoking them and put up like 21 points real quick, it could screw their mentality. There's also the reverse of that where like now that nobody believes in them, now that it like seems like a lost cause because Tucker's out and Micah's out and Wyatt's out and, Jacobs isn't healthy, that they're just like F it and they just go for it and they play a little crazy and things work out.
You have done that in the past.
Yeah, and LaFleur isn't so conservative and they go for it on 4th down a bunch and they do crazy blitzes and they get turnovers.
And defenses don't know how to scheme them because they're like, all your good players are hurt. We don't know how to
So
scheme
there could be the inverse of that where it's almost freeing because it's now that this it's not like the pressure's off, but there's almost this like belief that they can't do it now, that they could just go a little bit crazy and use that to their advantage. Yeah, that could
and then the momentum shifts for you if you do well in the game because you weren't expected to do well and the pressure's on the other team. That's something that the Packers have done in the past.
They would need a lot of that momentum. Let's just say that because
and there's always the thing is that they always have the explosive. Their offense is based off of explosiveness, right? Josh Jacobs long run. Tucker Kraft running over 10 guys, Christian Watson deep. They have 3 wide receivers that can break open a game and go the distance with Reed, Golden, and Christian Watson. So that offense is not stagnant. If you got Christian Watson out there and he's healthy, now he said he's still in pain, but he's probably going to play. So we don't know, like he's practicing almost in full. We don't know exactly his level. He's not at 100%, obviously. Most players aren't. Right. But if he can still gather in those long catches and when you leave them one-on-one, like they have a shot in any game they're in.
I think having him on the field just to stretch it a little bit so players like Golden and Reed can get a little bit more open underneath is the real.
He could even be a decoy where you don't throw it to him a lot.
Dude, honestly, even if he's just a decoy and he's just going to run like a gazelle that we never throw to, maybe more than once or twice, I'm fine with that. Like we just need to open up the field against the Bears, and with their lack of pass rush, that is the best way
to true gazelle though is Luke Musgrave, and he is going to blossom into
and
don't talk about Luke Musgrave. Don't do it.
No, with Watson, I like the idea of having him be a decoy. Just make sure you're not going to call any routes where he has to cut, because that's when he's going to tear himself up.
Or so track or
do a lot of fly routes, or just
run fly routes, no deep posts.
Yeah, just let him go run in the straight line, pretty much.
Yeah, go.
Or you can have him if you end up putting like the best cornerback on him, he can just run like a 5-yard stop, and then he's just taking up that guy, right? And you're not putting the pressure on him to do these crazy long runs and fall over and stuff.
Yeah. Well, if the Bears blitz as much as they did last time, I really think that Reed and Golden are going to have the biggest impact in this game.
They might have to say, prove it to us. You're hurt now. We don't believe that you can make a big play, so you have to prove it.
That's true.
And Either way, will try. He'll throw that ball deep.
All right, so Doug's still picking the Packers to potentially go to the Super Bowl.
I picked them in preseason.
I haven't given up on my Bills, but I just don't really trust them anymore. Honestly, I don't know who to trust in the AFC. I definitely don't trust the Patriots. I definitely don't trust the Bills right now. And yeah, I kind of trust the Broncos after watching them pummel us last week, but there's still a part of me that says like that wasn't real. Bo Nix is not that good, but
Just
maybe I'm
John
wrong.
Elway beat you. Get over it.
Yeah. No, I shall never. I shall never. He can helicopter his way into hell. Good night, everybody. Oh, I ended recording. Wait.